Welcome to Keepin' It Real, your go-to radio show for fresh insights and vibrant introductions. Get ready to dive into a world where we offer you the latest in real estate wisdom and the juiciest community tidbits. From expert advice courtesy of top realtors to opportunities to give back through local charities, we've got you covered. Plus, we'll shine a spotlight on the young athletes driving our local sports scene and uncover the buzzworthy happenings both in town and beyond. Stay tuned for a jam-packed hour of enlightenment and entertainment right here on Keepin' It Real.
What's in a name? Everything. Long Realty has been a cornerstone of Southern Arizona's real estate market for nearly 100 years. Our name is our bond, and our agents are our strength. Trust in the name that stands for experience and expertise. Visit longrealty.com or call 520-459-4993 to connect with an agent today. Long Realty. Smart move.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving service that we agree for military law and retirees. Stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trust a team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
All right, welcome this Saturday morning, and welcome to the Keepin' It Real radio show brought to you by Sherry Ethell and the team right here at Long Realty Studios behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. I am joined in the studio today by three gentlemen here. So I got Tim Kirk. He's the executive director for the Warrior Healing Center. Welcome
Hello.
to the show.
Thanks for having us.
And Josh Mayer. Now, you are the event coordinator also,
Yep.
and you're also a local realtor.
I am, yes.
And we also have Aaron Hennequin in the studio today. He is the chief bottle washer. He put this on my notes. I'm going to leave this in the show, but Doc's Watering Hole, one of the owners here of one of our great establishments here, and a big supporter of the Warrior Healing Center, and so much in our community. So welcome.
Well, thanks
Aaron.
for having me.
Today we're talking about something that's near and dear to all you guys' hearts, really.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's Stand Up for Freedom, and happens once a year. And this year's kind of a big year for it, isn't it? I mean, being the 250.
Yeah, being the 250,
Yeah.
it's pretty big.
So
Yeah.
there's actually America250.org. If you can actually find the Stand Up for Freedom Street Fair on the actual website. And there's an app. It shows everything that's going on in the entire nation, all the events.
That's pretty
and right
cool.
now we're on
Yeah.
there for little old Sierra Vista. We were able to get on it.
Wow. So you made the map.
We made the map,
All right.
the national map.
The national map.
We're the most important one on that map.
What's the event about? I mean, why did this start? When did this start?
Well,
We've been doing it for a while.
This is our fourth one.
Okay.
So
fourth annual.
Fourth annual.
Okay.
So we've had it 3 times.
Okay. I guess that's how it works.
Yeah. It's held in the alley behind the Warrior Healing Center, between Frontage Road and Paseo San Luis. We shut down that alley. We put a bunch of food trucks over in Punchy's parking lot. We put a bunch of vendors and a kids zone tent in the parking lots adjacent to docks. And we shut down the alley, and we just have a street fair for families to celebrate the 4th of July, and all proceeds go to support the Warrior Healing Center. So not only are you celebrating the 4th of July, but you're also celebrating, or you're supporting, the premier veteran support nonprofit in the area.
I think that's a kind of a good segue. Maybe we turn to Tim here. Tell me a little bit about the Warrior Healing Center for those people who are listening this morning. They're driving to work, doing whatever, and they don't know about you. What could you tell us about the Warrior Healing Center?
Well, thank you. It's super important in our community to realize that Sierra Vista is the #1 city in Arizona for veteran population density, and the #3 city in America.
Wow, number 3 now.
Yes.
Wow.
And so nearly 1 in 4 adults in Sierra Vista is a veteran. So you can't live here, work here, either a family member, you're a veteran yourself, your neighbor, someone you work with. The issues that affect veterans affect our entire community. And so that's why the Warrior Healing Center is here. And all volunteer, nonprofit 501c3 who's dedicated to being a one-stop place for veteran families to go to find out what resources are available, to get help with things like benefits. We do service dog training for veterans who can use a service dog. There's over 65 different activities and organizations that we host there at the center. And we're just all about community, being part of the regular life things that affect all veterans. And, you know, the challenges are numerous, but just trying to be there for each other and support our family and our community all together as one united Sierra Vista.
That's awesome. Josh, I mean, so you're a veteran here,
Yep.
and you are a volunteer.
Yes, I am.
So tell us about the volunteerism going on out there. Maybe tell us a little bit about how that works and what you get out of it.
So for myself, I started initially working the front desk.
Yeah.
And that was about 4 or 5 years ago. I started working front desk, which is by far one of the hardest jobs that you have at the Warrior Healing Center. Because you have to deal with that veteran that's coming in that is in the red, and you got to sit there and wait for someone else to get in there to pull them aside and get them, talk them down. You have other ones that come in and that just want to sit there and talk while you have that other individual that is kind of sitting there losing their mind at that moment. And then you have people making donations and stuff like that.
It's busy. Every time I've walked in, I mean, there's always people there.
The front desk is by far one of the most difficult jobs they have.
Yeah.
After that, how many offices are there, Tim? I can never remember.
Yeah, there's like 37 offices.
37 offices. And of those 37 offices, they're all pretty much filled with either a caseworker, a support worker, different organization. We have the Vietnam vets. We have the Linux group. So we have free computer classes in there. And all these groups and individuals that we have are all volunteer. No one is paid. They're all taking the time out of their life to go there and help veterans. And we actually have quite a few volunteers that have no service. They were not military at all, but their family member, their husband, their wife, their brother
that makes sense.
is a veteran, and they have come in. We even have some that have just no affiliation with military at all. They just realize that veterans, that's the number one person that needs help, support in our community.
Yeah.
Like Tim said, we're the number one city in Arizona, the top 3 in the nation, little old Sierra Vista. And everyone at the center realizes that and comes in every single day and does some sort of volunteer work between the garden club, cooks club. They have a D&D club for Dungeons and Dragons at night, and all these things. It's just to get the veteran out of whatever bad place they may be in, to get them back involved. Because that's one of the biggest problems when you get out is the isolation. You end up turning on it in yourself. That's what you're used to. You're used to being told where to go, where to be at, what to wear, what to eat. And all of a sudden that stops.
Yeah.
So veterans kind of go back into their head. So this gets them back out. Whatever it is that you find your voice, come into the center. We have so many things for you. If we don't have it, you can create it. Come on down. Bring your veteran. That's the thing. Everyone has a veteran in their life, whether it's their neighbor, their friendly, whether a person at work or a family member. Bring your veteran to the center if you haven't been there. You're going to love it. It's the best place in the world.
Definitely, you have so many different resources. I'm just surprised how many different resources. And some people come in, even I've been there a couple times where they weren't really even sure what they needed yet.
Right.
And you guys were helping them kind of guide them through that.
They're amazed at what we do offer.
Well, how far does that go back, Tim? I mean, when did you start that?
8 years ago.
So 8 years.
Yeah.
That's a huge investment of your life.
Right.
We were talking a little bit before the show, your retirement and everything. You kind of open up a whole new world to other people, but it takes a lot of work.
It really does, but we couldn't do it without people like Aaron and Docs and Josh. I mean, the community support and all the outpouring. You know, Stand Up for Freedom is a perfect example of how this is a connecting point for our community where there's so many people who want to help veterans. Like Josh described, everyone kind of gets it when it comes to these people deserve all our love and support, but they don't know how. You know, they don't know exactly what to do or how to do it, and they don't want to do the wrong thing, right? They want to be respectful and supportive, but they want more than just thank you for your service, right? So Stand Up for Freedom is a perfect opportunity for people to come out and learn more about what's going on, support everybody, and then take the next step, volunteer, get involved. Like Josh said, I mean, let's face it, Josh, the best day is at the front desk.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's just a place where everyone can just pitch in a little bit, and if you don't have time, you can pitch in. We do $22 a month donation campaign, buy a cup of coffee for a veteran type of thing. Just little ways people can give back to the people who have sacrificed and served our country and really made our freedom possible, and that's what we celebrate every year at this event.
And the 22 means something, right?
Absolutely. It's symbolic because for the longest time, the nation was suffering the tragedy of 22 veterans every day committing suicide.
Tragic.
And there's a lot of variability to that number, right?
Of course, yeah.
There's low end, high end, and at the high end, the Duke University and University of Alabama did a study where they found that number is actually twice that.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
wow.
it's a significant problem. And so, really, I think the Warrior Healing Center is just all of us coming together and saying, "Hey, we draw the line here. We're not going to have that in our community. We're going to do everything we can to be there for our veterans." And you can't prevent every suicide, right? So we're not keeping score, but what we're saying is we want our community to be the most veteran-friendly, veteran family-oriented community in America, and everyone's pitching in to make that happen.
That's awesome. That's incredible. Josh, you kind of touched on it just as you depart service. I felt the same thing when I left federal service as a federal agent, but so I was in the law enforcement side of it, but spent a long career there. And you always think, I'm not that guy. And people feel embarrassed. It's your whole identity. And then all of a sudden you disconnect. And that's difficult. And then on top of it, too, maybe you didn't deal with everything that you had going on that you saw and visited, during the course of your career. And then all of a sudden, now you're not in one traumatic situation after another. So you never had to deal with it before. Now all of a sudden you got to deal with it because you're retired.
Exactly.
So it's tough. It's super tough.
Yeah.
That's obviously a big male issue, right?
Yeah.
A lot of guys have that problems. But a lot of the women tend to kind of get brushed under because they're not thought of as veterans as well. We actually do have some women support groups at the center as well.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's not just a male veteran. It's not. We actually have a lot of women volunteers and a lot of women support groups. We have and a lot of other ones that they've just not even support groups. There's just some of the ladies have started their own knitting groups or car groups or PTSD groups and stuff like that. So it's not just the whole guy thing. Women go through that same isolation as well. It just doesn't it doesn't get highlighted as much.
I appreciate the work that you guys do, but we got to take a break. So let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk more about the Warrior Healing Center, and then we're going to talk about this fantastic event, the Stand Up for Freedom, June 27th.
It's always the last Saturday of June.
Okay, perfect. So June 27th, 4 to 9 p.m. We're going to talk more about it right after these messages. We'll be right back.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you. Their approach? Personalized service, above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation. You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell Team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
All right, welcome back to Keepin' It Real, brought to you by Sherry Ethell and Long Realty Studios. And we're here with Aaron and Josh and Tim, and we're talking about the Warrior Healing Center. We're talking about this great event that's coming up at Doc's Watering Hole on the 27th of June, and that's Stand Up for Freedom. Aaron, tell us a little bit about what we can expect at this event.
So this year, we've got 8 food trucks and 39 vendors. There'll be free water provided by Linden Distributors, just as they have been for the past few years. So that's great. So come out, stay hydrated. The weather, it's June. Yeah,
I know it's monsoon. We were just talking about that before we came in the studio.
We've had everything but. Right?
Yeah, we've had microbursts. We've had really hot days. We've had some really nice mild days. So it's hit or miss. But the 4th of July happens on the 4th of July. So, So to have an event, celebrating the 4th of July, it needs to be close to it. So we chose the last Saturday of June, so not to interfere with the Rotary's fireworks and anything else going on. So, start your 4th of July celebration early. Come out to the street fair, and again, it's located in the alley just behind Docks and Punchies, and sandwiched between Warrior Healing Center and the two.
And the event itself is free, right?
I mean,
you just come in.
Yep. There's going to be a kids zone, and that's completely free. And there's going to be some games in there.
Is there an age bracket for the kids zone, or
no, not really.
You guys not really set anything like that?
We're going to have bounce houses. I think we usually have our face painter. We get lined up. We are bringing back a favorite from last year, the watermelon seed spitting contest. Trying to say that one is always hard. So that's going to be over at the kids zone this year. And I
Are
think
you
we
guys
got
changing that up at all?
We're gonna
a little bit.
Yeah, I got some targets. So instead of
used to be going for distance.
I remember. Yeah,
and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
So we're getting for accuracy.
Yeah. So now we're going for accuracy. So we're going to set up some targets up there and see how the kids do.
Okay.
Bringing back another favorite from last year is the dunk tank. We're working on a couple people getting them lined up. So if anyone has any nominations, reach out to anyone in the group or the Stand Up for Freedom Street Fair Facebook page and nominate them. And we'll corner them and pressure them into it.
Yes.
Right now we have Coach Tommy Fernandez from Buena Baseball. The returning champ from last year, Chris Leon from Cross Country Mortgage.
Nice.
And we also have Chris Betancourt from Summit Fitness. The owner of Summit Fitness is going to be coming in. And we have a couple other ones. We're trying to see if we can get some of our local politicians that are running involved and maybe some other local celebrities.
Yeah, Mark Gonzalez was a champ last year.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah. It was fun last year. We're trying to see those are the two big ones that we got.
So the belly dancers want to come back. So they'll be coming back. They'll do a little presentation on the dance floor at Docks, and then they'll wander the street like they did last year.
Yeah.
We also have 2 acts. One will be starting the day from 4 to 6 on stage. It'll be Fiddle and Flat Top. Marissa is our house fiddler, so
okay,
so awesome.
Yeah, we got a fiddler now.
And then on the patio, following them from 6 to 8, we'll have another act. So T-Post, he's the guy that hosts our jam nights. So he'll be on the patio, and hopefully by then we will have a cover on the patio.
Oh,
hopefully.
Wow. Yeah, I heard you were doing some modifications out there.
We're waiting. Permitting
and all that. So hopefully that comes in together.
So hopefully. I'm hopeful, but
no, I got you.
Yep.
Always a wild card there. Anytime you're doing construction, but at least at some point you're going to have cover over that. Is the whole patio then?
The entire patio will be covered. So
wow, that'll give some really good space during the summer. And
a little segue. It'll be there by Pups on Parade.
Good.
Nice.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's always a challenge. Like say, you were talking about earlier, Josh, before we started the show, you just never know how the weather's going to act. During monsoon, it could be sunny and hot. It could be muggy and rainy. It could be anything. It could be windy.
Could be all three.
Our first year.
It could be all three, right, Tim?
Our first year, I think we had one cloud. That was it. There was just one itty-bitty cloud, and it didn't do anything.
So I remember Docks had set up a beer garden in the parking lot, and just before it started, just before we did the kickoff, a microburst came through and hit every tent in that beer garden, and those tents ended up in the dumpster.
Yeah.
And so as a result, that beer garden never happened again. Because it was such a waste because it was too hot. Nobody cared. Nobody wanted to be out there.
It's kind of funny that you mention that because Arizona is kind of a different place to have different kinds of events and stuff because we are all using those tents and stuff. And I don't care what event you go to or what time of the year, there's always a chance that somebody's is going to go and blow away. And I can't count how many tents we've gone through over the years. But just
I think with modern technology, they would have come up with something.
Yeah, I wish they would.
Yeah.
I heard there's an octagon pole one now. In fact, it was cool. We're Freedom sponsors out on the fort with MWR, and we were talking about different kinds of events, and they were telling me, hey, you should get one of these, and I was like, what?
Wow.
I was like, another expense.
Yeah. Probably Elon Musk's take on the tent. Right?
Yeah, supposedly it's stronger, so octagon kind of, setup. So you might have to look into that.
That's right. As far as vendor types go, I mean, as I was saying, we got a variety of food vendors, and Doc's restaurant will be open too. But we've got crafts, we've got seamstresses, we've got name it, and you'll probably find it there.
And there'll be a lot of different groups too, right?
There's going to be some of the politicians are going to be there. You're going to have the children's books, some of the children's toys.
Yep.
All the different crafters from around town that come out, the different jewelries. And all of them, at the end of the day, make a donation to the Warrior Healing Center.
Yep.
Some of them are running, hey, 10% of whatever they make goes to it, or they just do a flat fee. But the more money you guys spend at these booths and these vendors, the more money gets back to the Warrior Healing Center.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll be there. Yeah. We'll be there 2 tents, actually, because we'll have the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter there next to us as well. Again this year, so we're looking forward to meeting everybody, and always some great tchotchkes and stuff everybody's got, so you come out and grab your stuff and meet everybody, learn a little bit. Every time I go, I think I learn about a new organization that's operating in town, even though they may not be new to the area. It was new to me, and so it's always interesting to meet new people out there, and there's such a variety. I mean, every walk of life, like you guys were saying, is out there. And so there's just all kinds of different things, ranging from services to, different kinds of products, to different kinds of food, to different kinds of organizations that you can belong to, and just all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. So, and so at 4:00 sharp, the Scottish American Military Society, they'll present the colors, and they'll do a ceremony to open up for us.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah. Very good. And then, so you mentioned a few of the activities and stuff that you have out there, and you mentioned food, and there's a lot of different kinds of vendors, and you guys are doing anything. Are you guys doing any special kinds of foods and whatnot there? Are you planning any different
We're bringing
things?
back your favorite. We're going to have the Spam fries again.
Oh, man, I do love those. It's the weirdest thing, And of course, as soon as you guys hook me on Spam fries, the price on Spam goes up through the roof. And I'm like, how did Spam get this expensive?
Yeah.
But, it really is. But those Spam fries are amazing. Yeah, and you guys cook them perfect.
They're fun. They're fun. Punchies is going to have a cornhole tournament. So if you play cornhole, come on out. And, a good chunk of that proceeds goes straight to the Warrior Healing Center.
Okay. So is that like a competition thing then? And they're going to have, is there any prizes or anything like that?
I believe there's a prize structure.
Okay.
So a portion of the entry fee goes to the prize structure, and the rest of it
goes into
the Warrior Healing Center.
Awesome.
Yeah. And that'll be in Punchy's patio in their backyard. So
okay.
That one starts a little earlier than 4. I'm not exactly sure what time it starts, but go over to Punchy's and find out how to sign up and get involved, and watch throughout the day, because the volunteers for the Warrior Healing Center will be walking around with, I believe, I know that there's going to be a QR code prominently displayed so that you can sign up to do the 22 for 22.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome.
But then there'll be other, like, Warrior Healing Center volunteers walking around to ask questions about it, and to I don't know, Tim, did we get T-shirts with a QR code on the back of them, or?
I think so. I just work there.
I just work here.
Much about the actual stuff, but I know in the meeting there was discussion about it, and Kathy and I are in the process of doing the shirt procurement, but I haven't seen the actual design yet. But if there is a QR code, that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Well, and if you guys do some QR codes, I know we're happy to put it on our booth. Okay. It might be a thing we could do and start getting others involved, and getting maybe a little challenge to everybody to put the QR code at their booth and talk it up.
That's
very cool.
Yeah, I think that was one thing we're working on.
Yeah, there will be donation buckets throughout as well.
Perfect.
We'll put the QR code on the donation bucket.
So if you actually have cash, you can actually drop some stuff in a donation bucket.
Does anyone have cash anymore?
It's such a weird thing. I hardly ever carry cash.
Is that still legal?
Yeah, exactly.
All my cash goes to Tori.
Well, that's just it. If you have cash, you either spend it or you somebody takes it.
Yeah,
because somebody's always needing some cash. Hey, you got some money on you? And if the answer is no all the time, well, then pretty soon they just
You
go
need
away.
better friends.
No, it's all good. So what else? As far as your event and everything, it starts at 4:00 and it runs till 9. Is that 9-ish or
9-ish? Yeah. The vendors, we're asking the vendors not to break down before 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock?
And then it's pretty much judging by what the crowd looks like at that time.
Yeah.
But safety becomes an issue when you're breaking down after dark and moving things around. So
Yes.
so that's why we're asking the vendors, you're in place for the full 5 hours.
I remember one year I think over on the backside there by the food vendors, and I actually brought some of our radio mics. Thought it'd be kind of cool to have them sitting out there, and then I lost a piece of it.
Oh no!
And I couldn't do the radio show the next week. I had to go buy some parts and everything. I thought, well, that was not right.
What had
it was
happened
dark.
was-
Yeah, it was just dark, and I don't know. I had a lot of, let's say, unquote, helpers out there, because everybody's so friendly and wants to help you out and breaking down stuff, and then somehow I lost something. So it wasn't the mic itself though. It was just the thing that holds the mic to the actual
To the
stand
table.
here. So
Yeah,
somebody
I
was
remember you
having
talking
to
about that.
hold it and everything, and it just didn't work very well. But always interesting, always fun to do these events. You never know what you're getting as a vendor. You never know what's going to come at one of these events. Sometimes and you have such a large crowd. Sometimes you didn't even bring enough stuff.
It's a big
difficult.
crowd. It's a big rolling crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just keeps coming.
Yeah,
Just
and
new people all the time.
People come at 4, and then they're gone by 5, and then more people are coming at 4:30, and they're gone by 5:30. And it's just a big rolling crowd.
Now, are we going to have
which is really
music
cool.
the whole time?
Well, we will at Docks from 4 to 6 inside, and then from 6 to 8 outside. We'll have a DJ.
Okay.
We always have our Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay,
DJ.
there you go.
I think Punchies will probably have some live entertainment going on as well.
Okay, very good, very good.
And we do recommend vendors to, once it does get dark, most of them have been doing this long enough that they know to have some sort of power source. And most of them are running on their own batteries and stuff like that. But light up your place. It's 4th of July. Like, the more color, the more decorate your booth. It's a street fair, Like, we can only do so much as the hosts and committee to make it look good. Really making it look good comes down to some of those vendors, going above and beyond.
Yeah.
Really playing into, hey, this is America's 250th anniversary. It's birthday.
Right.
Like, let's do this big. This is the first event of the season for us.
For that kind of stuff.
For that stuff. We launched the 4th of July week. Let's make it look good. Let's come out. Let's have everyone decorate. Everyone wear some red, white, and blue. Let's decorate our booths. Let's bring America, 250th in style. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Man.
And we excuse me, we will have some kind of power available.
Yep.
But I mean, if you do have a jackery or some kind of battery operated, generator,
Bring that too.
Bring that, and
It's always good.
yeah, I mean, LED lights don't draw that much.
Yeah. Most of them are running on solar now. And
Right.
Just let's have some fun. Like, let's decorate it. Let's
love it.
Well,
let's take a quick break here, guys, and we'll come right back, folks. This is Keepin' It Real, and we're talking to the Warrior Healing Center and Doc's Watering Hole about Stand Up for Freedom, June 27th, 4 to 9 p.m. Put it on your calendar right now, and we'll be right back, folks.
We're the real wayfinders, the trailblazers, the go-getters. In a town where the desert wakes before dawn, we don't just talk, we make things happen. And when we speak, it's real, it's genuine, and it's worth hearing. Tune in every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on Canyon Country 97.7 FM. Join the Sherry Ethell Team for Keepin' It Real, where top realtors, local heroes, and the heartbeat of our community come together. Raw, authentic conversations, expert market insights, and the best local events you can't afford to miss. Keeping it real, celebrating our community. Bold, genuine, one of a kind.
All right, welcome back to the Keepin' It Real radio show, brought to you by Sherry Ethell and the team right here at Long Realty Studios. I'm Dion Ethell, and I am your host. And we're talking with some great guys here from the Warrior Healing Center as well as Doc's Watering Hole. We're talking about Stand Up for Freedom coming up June 27th from 4 to 9 p.m. And we kind of left off talking about, dress up, be patriotic, get your red, white, and blue on there. It's the first real big event of the season as we approach our 250th anniversary for America. And so this is a kind of an opportunity to kind of show your colors a little bit out there and go out there and show your patriotism out in your booth and really make them look great. And so we were talking about that. But there's some things that we want to talk about, kind of some do's and don'ts, right? I know one of them is dogs.
Yeah. Dogs, we love dogs.
We love dogs.
We absolutely do. But I don't take my dog out in public because he's very nice to me and Tori, but he doesn't like anybody else.
Okay.
So
we're looking for well-behaved dogs.
Socialized.
On a leash, because that's the law, right?
Absolutely.
So got to have them on a leash.
Yeah, and they can't go in buildings.
Not in the building. And that's a health thing.
It's a health thing. Yeah. We
health department won't allow that.
Yeah, and the health department is heavily involved in this event. So,
okay.
Yeah. So don't.
Please don't do that.
Please don't set us up for
Please
failure.
respect that. Yeah. Please respect that and you want to respect the veterans and others who may have service dogs as well.
Absolutely.
At the event, especially some of the instructors and other things may have dogs. So it's important. Always ask before you touch a dog. I mean, we talk about this at all the events that we go to, and it's always respectful to ask first, because some of them are working dogs, and some might be working that day, especially at this kind of event.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So somebody may have a service dog that really isn't having fun. They're actually working, so they shouldn't be petted, and so just please ask the owner. And go from there. What other kinds of things?
The rangers will be there to help maintain safety
and order.
And a big shout out to them because they volunteer their time every year.
Absolutely.
And they're very, very helpful, especially when we have vendors breaking down early and they're packing things up and they're moving vehicles and people are still walking on the street. And
they do an amazing job.
They do.
They keep the peace. It's
whether you see them at an event or a school or whatever, they're always super helpful, super friendly, and doing a great job out there, protecting the area.
Stay hydrated. Like I said earlier, there'll be complimentary water from Linden Distributors will be there, and iDrip AZ is going to have a booth. So,
Awesome.
And actually for the volunteers.
Have any of you guys ever done that?
We do it every year.
Every year. Without fail.
Yeah. I never have.
We learned after our first year that you cannot do this event without it.
Without doing that?
So we pregame.
Okay.
Yep.
And this year, as Aaron was saying, we're actually getting it the day before.
Yeah, this year they're coming to set up at the Warrior Healing Center.
And it makes a difference for you.
Oh, it does. It does.
It's a game changer.
Really?
It's a game changer.
Yep.
I've given myself stitches and staples, but I can't give myself a shot. I'm a needle foe. So
we were in the military,
it's
so
worth it.
all of us did at one point have to stick each someone.
Stick each other. Oh, I've done that too.
We've all done that.
And
I could tell you, it definitely helps prevent hangovers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're great. I just a little bit ago, I got one before I went to Vegas, and somehow I survived.
Well, there you go.
Well done.
And I'll say that I was
little preemptive strike. Well, that's good. A little plug for them. Help them out, and so it might be worth it to get out there
to help you stay hydrated.
Okay.
What else? Wear sunscreen. Wear sun shirts.
Yeah, that's a real thing here in Arizona.
A floppy hat. I mean, it's common. When you're outside.
We'll probably have some people who are visiting the area, show up and be walking around there, and you don't really realize how strong that sun is here.
Yeah.
But all of us, we have like our yearly, spot check at the dermatologist and everything, because it's a real deal.
Yeah.
So take care of yourself.
Other than all that, Josh is in charge of our safety. So if anything happens, it's his fault.
It's his fault.
Absolutely.
Okay, Josh.
And after that, it just keeps going.
Big shoulders. Yeah.
So he's working on getting the potholes filled. There will be cords and
trip hazards and stuff. So be careful.
So watch where you're going. But we try
it's
to
always
keep
been
that to a
well done,
minimum.
though. Yeah, you guys have done a great job protecting everybody out there. It always looks good, and it's always safe. And never see people having problems because of stuff that you did. Right. Appreciate all the extra precautions and everything. Now
we've figured out a lot of the bugs over the last couple of years.
We have.
Yeah. Well, this is the 4th annual, so you'd
right.
hope that you'd get a better and better at this thing. And what's the biggest challenge in setting up an event this big? Because this is a pretty big event.
It's volunteers, and it's finding the
Yeah.
time.
That
It's
makes
finding the
sense.
time prior to get everything done. And something that I've learned is that volunteers are very helpful. But like you were saying, sometimes extra help.
Everybody helps you to death.
Yes, it's not helpful. So a lot of it falls on singular soldiers, soldiers' shoulders.
There we go.
Wow, there's a word.
Yeah. So
okay.
getting everything together and organized prior to the event. I push everything the day of. I push it all off on Josh.
Yeah.
So I was like, no,
Good call.
You do that, and I take care of this stuff for the licensing and,
By the way,
getting the vendors and all of that stuff.
Did I tell you I can't make it this year?
Oh, man.
My niece's quinceañeras that day.
Yeah. Judas.
Well, this just in. Stand Up for Freedom will be canceled.
Right, for sure. So June 27th, 4 to 9 p.m. We're going to talk more about it right after these messages. We'll be right back.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving service that we agree for military law and retirees. Stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trust a team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you.
Their approach? Personalized service, above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation.
You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell Team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
All right, welcome back to Keepin' It Real, brought to you by Sherry Ethell and Long Realty Studios. And we're here with Aaron and Josh and Tim, and we're talking about the Warrior Healing Center. We're talking about this event that's coming up at Doc's Watering Hole on the 27th of June, and that's Stand Up for Freedom. What are some of the things that you worry about when you get close? Or do you worry at all?
I don't really stress out anymore. The second year, I was running around so much that I actually had to go into our keg room
multiple times,
which is a 10 by 10 room that's refrigerated at 38 degrees, and I sat in there for about 20 minutes to an hour, just waiting for my temperature to get back down to where I could come back out. Yeah, and I mean, the heat stroke was a real thing that day.
Wow. He actually could have gotten a drip.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
He wasn't allowed to.
Yeah, I was not allowed to get an IV, so I went and I sat in a refrigerator for about, probably 45 minutes.
Well, it seems like at least the last couple, pretty even keeled, and it seems like you guys, everybody knows their place and their position, and so
we've got a core group that knows what they're doing, and so volunteers have people to go to talk to.
Yeah.
This year, it's not as robust as it was in the past. We had we had pie eating contest and a hot dog eating contest and things like that. And all that managed to do was get the same little girl sick.
A lot of hot dogs.
She won.
Yeah. Good for her. Good for her.
She's a trooper.
Yeah. So this year, because it was such a drag to get people, we were having to
you're focused now.
pulling teeth to get people to participate. We said, you know what, let's just not do that this year. So we moved the one popular event over to the Kids Zone, so that you can do that as you want. But that also frees up that entire event for the volunteers can do something different. So we're streamlining, and we're the event it's still huge vendor wise and event wise. It's just more streamlined this year.
Focused on very specific things, and I'm sure as you go through, you'll see something for next year that you want to do. And
probably,
just like always.
Yeah, and there'll be one or two.
You're kind of one of those guys. You got the light bulb comes on, and the I don't know.
Oh yeah, you can see it happen too. It's like
it's the 5 years. So
Aaron's thinking again.
We're already thinking 5 year, do a drone show.
We were talking about that last year.
We're throwing around a couple ideas. We'll see.
Well, and we were talking about that last year. Being the 5th annual, that go big or go home type thing. We actually looked at it for this year, but raising the $20,000 or so for a drone show.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. In the
that
cards.
is expensive.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh.
Yeah. And drone shows. Don't get me wrong. Fireworks are wonderful.
So there's companies that do that. Then?
Oh yeah, there are. Yeah,
and
they'll
actually
they'll do
put it on.
They'll do fireworks with drones, with LED lights and things like that. So and
that's only going to get better.
Oh
as time goes by.
Yeah, and talk about a veteran friendly event,
especially for here.
As I was saying, the fireworks are great, but I haven't seen fireworks in person in over a decade.
Yeah.
I think the last time I saw fireworks, I was up on Reservoir Hill when I was still in service, and I was sitting there with a buddy of mine, and we were watching fireworks in Benson and Tombstone, and just throughout the area, because you can see them all from up there. And you didn't have the explosions, you didn't have you saw the beauty of them. You didn't have the
concussive
effects. And going back to the dogs thing, it's they're dog friendly. So if we do some kind of aerial thing, it would be a drone show. But that would include that's a heavy lift.
Well, maybe start fundraising for it for next year.
Yeah.
Maybe even at the event or something's getting ready for the next big one.
Yeah. And maybe we can find somebody that can.
Some sponsors maybe to help.
So
help
sponsors.
provide that cost.
Speaking of sponsors, this year we want to shout out to the Crystal Palace, because they're a $100 sponsor, and we really appreciate that. But our big sponsor this year is the Tax Authority. Not only do they allow us to use their parking lot every year, without question, they've always been huge supporters. But this year I went in to get the signatures to say, hey, can we use your parking lot? And they said, yeah. How do we donate? How do we sponsor?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, here's a link. Go ahead and here's our different packages. So they became a $1,000 sponsor. They're our biggest sponsor this year.
Wow.
And it's really, talk about community and neighborhood, and so if you don't know who the Tax Authority is, come to the Stand Up for Freedom Street Fair, and you'll be standing in their parking lot.
Absolutely.
And they're a huge supporter of the event, and we can't thank them enough. We've got a lot of in-kind sponsors, Docs and Punchies, Josh, with his realtor business, Cheryl's business services. Cheryl Oliver, she's one of our core planners. High Jump is helping us out with the tents and the tables and the bounce house, and High Desert Signs is helping us with the signage and all the posters that you're going to see up, all the banners.
That's awesome.
And Jamie from Massage Nook she's amazing. Every year she takes that kids zone and just runs with it.
That's her. We never have to worry about it.
I say, hey Jamie, what do you need? She's nothing. I got it.
Yep.
I said, Jamie, and it's just checking in. And she just runs a well-oiled machine. I mean, she's got that down to a science. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Let's see. Oh, J-Max Electrical. Yeah.
That's kind of a big one.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Jason will bring his crew, and they'll set up the lights for us, and they'll make sure that all those cords we were talking about earlier are secure, and the tripping hazards are out of the way. And he's got one of the more daunting tasks during the day because he has to deal with all the vendors' demands.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And some are bigger than others. You know, they have more they're plugging in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of those food vendors got a lot of stuff.
And got breaking news as of 4 minutes ago. Mark Rodriguez just confirmed he will do a round in the dunk tank again.
Nice.
There we go.
Good. There we go.
Nice.
As we speak.
So we got another one for the dunk tank, another victim. I mean, volunteer.
Now, there's a competition you're doing between...
Last year we just tried to see who could raise the most money. Okay. You know, you get an hour in the dunk tank. We'll see how many we get this year. Right now we're at 4. Whoever raises the most money just gets the shout out and the love, competition. Last year, the champ, Chris Leona, I'm pretty sure he went around and did a lot of good networking beforehand to get his up.
Of course.
And me and him I know afterwards we were bruised because we kept climbing in and out because I was trying to beat him. But last year the dunk tank raised a couple $1,000s.
Yeah.
That was one of our biggest ones along with the 5K. We're not doing a 5K this year because the Warrior Healing Center just got done running 3 back-to-back successful 5Ks. Mm-hmm. So we're giving it a break. So we are doubling down on the dunk tank. And like I said, last year that was
a big one.
Our big one. We raised a couple grand off that.
So that brings up a good point. Tim, what are you hoping for? Is there a dollar figure that you kind of like? Is there a goal? Do you have anything?
$1 million.
Yes.
$1 million.
To take over the world, we will require many funds. No, it really is, the objective is community, right? And building a sense of the national pride we talked about, you know, just the regular 4th of July spirit that is inherent in all Americans and the American spirit that is so elevated through people serving the country, right? Veteran families, they feel it strongest, and we just really want to make this an event that highlights that recognizes the service and sacrifice for our veteran families and come together as a community to make a big statement, that, hey, we got you, we got your back. Everything from, playing together, having fun together with his families, down to if you need help, if you need something, we got your back there. And that's the spirit that we're trying to promote on this 250th, is just the spirit of who we are as Americans, what we have in common, what we're proud of, and how we take care of each other.
Yeah. I'm sure every dollar counts, and there's no donation too small or too large. Accept them all, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We by keeping it all volunteer, no one gets paid, as Josh described. So we do most of our effort at keeping it low cost and making it, all the services at the center are at no cost to veteran families either.
That's a great point.
So we really emphasize that. Unlike a lot of other places, as, again, Josh said, there's nothing like this anywhere else in America. The Warrior Healing Center stands alone in terms of that all volunteer, all services for free model doesn't exist anywhere else. And that's what we want this community to be proud of, is that the Warrior Healing Center is really a community-owned project. We only exist because of local donations, events like this, businesses like Doc's Watering Hole that want to promote the health and well-being of our veteran families, because that's who we are as a community. And so we just want to make this something our community can be proud of, that we take care of our veterans, we take care of our neighbors, we take care of our families, and we're proud as Americans on this very important date, and we're all going to stand up for freedom together and do it every year. So that's our goal.
That's great. Any last words from you guys?
The Warrior Healing Center will be open, I believe, for tours during that day.
During that day?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if
great opportunity.
If you're interested in seeing what it's about and how to volunteer, how to help out, come on in and tour the place. Take a look, see how you can fit, that void. See if you can fill a void that they have.
Right.
And join that community, because again, it's all about community, and it's all about getting together and celebrating.
Right. for sure.
One of the many slogans that we have over at the Warrior Healing Center is, we don't serve veterans, we fight for veterans. That's our thing, is that when you come in and you need help, it goes all hands on deck, triage level status to get you that help that you needed to get you away from that ledge. It's immediate. And then from there, it dials back as necessary. There's no place in the nation, like Tim and I have said, and we look, but we keep tabs on other places because then we can learn from them as well if they are. But no one's even trying what we have over there.
Yeah.
It is so unique. You can come in and get your benefits if you don't have any benefits. You can come in, and if your spouse passes and you need to worry about your widow benefits, we can take care of that. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Every year we have tax support for free. There's just so many resources that veterans don't understand that they're allowed to get, and not just allowed, they're deserved. They are owed. And that's the thing that we offer them there, along with the camaraderie, the spiritualism, the friendship, the classes. They can help get a job. They can get housing. They can get food.
Right.
We have things called the MRCs, meals ready to cook. So if you're coming in and you're low on food, you can get you a plate of food to go home and actually cook a meal for yourself. Right. So you can have a home cooked meal. There's clothes. Literally, the list just goes on and on.
Yeah.
We are unlike any other veteran organization. We keep track of our numbers as well. That's how we're able to do this, is because we can see, all right, last month we had 50 veterans come in asking for food, but we didn't have enough. Well, we need to fix that, right? We need to get those numbers up, because if we're only having 50, what's next month going to be like?
Right.
But we can do that with everything else we have at the center, because we keep track of it to help these veterans, to know where they need help and what resources we need to get tapped into at the center to get them their support. So again, no place like it in little old Sierra Vista, number 3 veteran population in the United States.
That's huge. Yeah, that's huge. I love how you put that, about how somebody coming in gets all this help immediately, and they triage what their needs are and everything. But I would also encourage those people I know there's a lot of proud veterans out there who are sitting there. I know my dad was one of them who felt like, well, I don't want to go in and take up somebody else's resources because I'm not that bad of a situation. Right. But there's certain things, entitlements that you get, as a service member that you should get. I would encourage everybody, no matter what level you're at or no matter what your needs are, to go in and just talk to somebody and learn.
We do real estate.
Yeah.
How many veterans have you come across that have told you, I've never used my VA loan because I don't feel like I deserve it? Yeah. And we're like, the VA loan is one of the easiest things. Yeah. Like you don't need your benefits for that. It's just, hey, yes, I'm a veteran. That's it.
Yeah, 100%.
And they just don't feel like they deserve it.
Come down and get set up. Talk to these guys. They're great resources. They have so much out there to offer. We're out of time, guys. I just want to close with, again, saying that's the 27th of June.
27th of June, Saturday, last Saturday in June.
4 to 9 p.m.
4 to 9 p.m.
Ish.
In the alley between Frontage Road and Paseo San Luis.
It's going to be a great party, great opportunity to come out, see lots of people, come out, show your patriotism, wear something patriotic, and enjoy these vendors that are out there. All the proceeds go to the Warrior Healing Center. And again, you can make your donations. Look for those QR codes out there. We're going to have a bunch of them out there. Make sure that you get that. And come down and make a donation, even if it's just a couple of bucks, or if you want to throw $1,000 out there, we'll take that too.
Absolutely.
Encourage all of the other businesses in town to come out there. It sounds like Tax Authority set the stage. Yeah. So encourage everybody else to come down there and make a sponsor. We'll do that too.
Yeah, I'd love to see people sign up for the 22 for 22.
Yes,
just sign up.
Just sign up for that.
Just sign up. Yeah, and
small price to pay.
Absolutely.
One meal a month.
Yeah, if we get a number of people to sign up for that, then
that makes you feel good.
That does.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Great cause, great people, great opportunities. Appreciate you guys coming down and sharing it with us today on Keepin' It Real.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
All right, guys. June 27th. Mark it on your calendar. See you there.
See you at the fair.
All right, folks. We'll be right back with Keepin' It Real with Long Realty Studios. We'll be right back after these brief messages.
Well, folks, that's a wrap on this week's Keepin' It Real radio show. As always, we're so grateful to have you spend part of your Saturday morning with us. Whether you're sipping coffee on the porch, out running errands, or out shopping for a home, we appreciate you. If something we said today sparked a question, or if you've got a great topic or guest idea for a future episode, we'd love to hear it. You can drop your suggestion in the Keepin' It Real suggestion box at the front desk of Long Realty, right behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. Or just shoot me an email at sherry@sherryethelteam.com, or call or text me anytime at 717-599-2439. We love hearing from you. It helps us keep this show real, relevant, and rooted in our Cochise County community. We'll be back next Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on 97.7 Canyon Country, your first choice for legendary country.
What's in a name? Everything. Long Realty has been a cornerstone of Southern Arizona's real estate market for nearly 100 years. Our name is our bond, and our agents are our strength. Trust in the name that stands for experience and expertise. Visit longrealty.com or call 520-459-4993 to connect with an agent today. Long Realty. Smart move.
Join us next Saturday for more engaging interviews with top realtors and industry leaders, keeping you informed about the latest trends in real estate. Stay connected with us as we bring you updates on the dynamic events shaping our vibrant community. From exciting local happenings to noteworthy charities and causes, we've got you covered. See you next week for another edition of Keepin' It Real.